Leaders from around the world at the G20 summit are looking to China as a model for economic growth. But while the majority of population is enjoying a rising standard of living, the gap between the rich and the poor is also widening in the country. Yuan Huaqing has a story.
Still in his early 30s, Yuan Huaqiang is already a success story many people hope to emulate. He works as a senior manager and board director at one of China's most successful restaurant chains. His achievements are both surprising and inspiring, given the cards he was dealt in life.
Because my family was from a poor area in the countryside, my sister only finished elementary school, and I dropped out after high school, even though I was always among the top 3 in my class. We really needed to get a job to help our parents and make a living.
Yuan started his career as a dishwasher in the same restaurant he now manages. His life serves as a classic rags to riches story. He says his success was gained through a combination of hard work and good opportunities, but he acknowledges that it's not as easy for those with a background like his to catch a break.
Many people from my background, such as young people from my hometown of Yibin, really lack opportunities to realize their potential. For example, there's a lack of educational resources. Without adequate professional training, many are stuck with a life on the farmlands, and it's a pretty tough life.
While China's economic progress in the past decades has created many success stories like that of Yuan's and lifted millions of people out of poverty, there's still a lot left to be done to narrow the gap between the rich and the poor.
According to the China Academy of Social Sciences, there are still 128 million people living under the poverty line in China. And it seems like a mission impossible for those born into underprivileged families to change the standard life path all on their own. While official figures show more and more Chinese attending college, the percentage of students coming from rural areas has dwindled to about half of what it was 3 decades ago. While at the other end of the spectrum, the numbers are only going up. Today, China's luxury spending sector is stronger than ever, despite a painful economic slowdown in much of the world. According to the World Luxury Association, over a quarter of luxury goods expenditures were paid for out of pockets of Chinese citizens, who have spent a whopping $12.6 billion on luxury goods by 2011. That's enough money to buy 40 A380s or to put 250,000 kids through college. The government is working to narrow the ever-widening wealth gap by building government-subsidized housing and lowering the tax threshold. But there's still a long way to go before the money is spread out evenly.
China needs to completely eliminate the institutionalized discriminative policy between the people in the urban area, people in the rural area. And in the meantime, infrastructure needs to be quickly elevated to be close at the par for the hinterland as compared with the coastal areas.
Yuan's Cinderella story has served as an inspiration for many young people growing up in a less privileged background. But to make his fairy tale a reality for more kids growing up like he did, experts say more focus needs to be put on increasing the size of the pie as well as how it's shared. Yuan Huaqing, CCTV.